but it sounds like flat earther.
What do you mean?
If you have any different view from what we know the earth to be, or what the majority claim the earth is, then you are, no one is going to take time to listen to what your idea is. You're going, you're a flat earther. Put you there so it's easier to manage you. These guys are saying, Gen Z. Even if you're young, even if you fall within that, whatever, you're Gen Z. You believe everything that these guys believe. Yeah. But so for me I feel like there's need, especially now and what we see. And when people say, we need you right now. For me, everything stopped being about music the moment I saw guys' brains get blown off. You know, I saw brains on the pavement. And that's like, there's no point. There's no singing right now. And that doesn't mean anything. That for anyone who has the time to express and convey or like reflect what the culture, what's happening right now, well and good for them. But for me, I felt like this is more than music. I can't go in front of a microphone and start singing about like, whatever. It stops being about music when people die. It stops being about, and I guess it's important. We need music, we need voices. But personally, I have nothing to sing about. I have no melody. I can't harmonize brains or like headshots and like abductions. I can't. I have nothing for you. All I have is like my silence is my resistance.
Can I ask you something random?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've intentionally like not posted yourself, and so like people like me who want to interview you, are we fucking things up? Like, would you rather just the music speak for you, and then I guess like, because like the music is amazing, incredible. Like, I guess if you could, would you just make music and not be seen? Or I guess how much of you are you willing to share? Or comfortable sharing?
Yeah. So I'm not like a Daft Punk or whatever type. I'm not Frank Ocean and stuff like that. So I don't mind attention and stuff like that. But I'm not willing to be anyone's puppet or clown.
Okay.
So I feel like social media right now and its model is everyone, for you to beat the algorithm or for you, and it pays for guys who've actually mastered it. But I feel like every musician, someone said this, who said this? I think it's Schoolboy Q. Yeah, he was talking about like musicians right now are like content creators. You just have to do it. Also, guys, this is where I'm at, or whatever, to get people to listen.
Yeah.
My personality is in that. I don't like photos. I don't like whatever. So I'm giving you exactly who I am. So I don't mind. We can have a conversation, but I'm not going to play that game and stuff like that. Whoever listens.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm speaking like this. And like I said, I'm human at the end of the day. There's a part of me that wants that. Yeah. There's a part of me that craves that. Yeah. And I try to the best of my ability because people are listening to this. So you actually need to, you actually need to communicate with them and stuff like that. I'm not Beyonce, like, okay, here you go, like, here's my album, listen to it, blow it up and stuff. But yeah, I'm willing to do this to a place, to take it as far as I'm comfortable with it. Yeah.
Considering like you being a private person and like how vulnerable you are in your music, who do you play it for before you release it? Like, whose feedback matters? Like, in the sense of course you're putting it out there, but like before you put it out there, because you see, like in a normal scenario, if you're in the studio, there would be a producer or an engineer or even a homie who heard it. Yeah. But in your scenario, what's the environment when you're making music? Are you in your crib? Are you going on like a ride? Like, I guess, who's checking you? But like not checking you to check you, but like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So early on when I started, I was sending all my stuff to my bro.
Okay. You have a sibling?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and he would be like, he's into music, but he's more into the sound. And he would be like, you need more bass and you need more like whatever. You do some adjust the voice.
Was it helpful, that information he was giving you?
It was.
Okay.
But also I was doing it because I was not confident enough to put it out. And then I just stopped and I just started putting it out. So since then, I don't play it to anyone. If it like sucks, it sucks. I've said what I needed to say, and I'll or whatever. And I went through that whole phase of taking music out. So there's certain music like I released and it's no longer there.
Yeah.
But it was intentional because I didn't like the sound. When you listen to your own music, like it's like listening to your own recording. You sound different.
Yeah.
And sometimes you cringe over certain things, and that's what I did. And that's why I took music out. But nowadays I just make music, listen to it over and over again, adjust what I need to adjust, and put it out. I have a specific sound that I don't feel like I need to be crispy clean. And in the ones that have been crispy clean, it's intended for that purpose. It's like for that genre.
Okay. So if you're not playing the game, I guess what's the goal for you with music?
My goal is to like hopefully maintain the same level of excitement. The thing I picked up from Eminem yesterday, and I'm dropping it like I don't listen to Eminem that often. I just have select favorites from his catalog and stuff like that. But what I picked up, it was because I listened to it because it was like everyone was talking about it, and what I picked up after all that, even from the ones going on, I don't even know if music is necessary right now, because again,
What do you mean? You were just listening to music yesterday. It's very necessary.
No, I'm saying it is music is necessary, but I'm saying in terms of like we already have a lot of music. So we're also chasing this. We're also chasing this algorithm where we're like, we have to release music every single Friday.
Okay.
So when I say music is necessary, it is necessary. I'm saying if new music is necessary, because there's certain things I release that guys don't even know, like what I'm saying in the tracks, or you can just skim through it, or you can just skip it because it doesn't sound like the rest of the other songs. But there's certain nuggets in those other songs that I'm talking about. Like when you talk about Good Time, if you listen to Good Time has nothing to do with Good Time. It's not a party song. It's like everything about that song is like a political song. It's very rebellious. It's just everything. It's just playing on a Afrobeat track.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Flyer, we never seen a collaboration.
Yeah.
Have you ever collaborated with anyone? Are we ever gonna
with musicians, but not like artists and stuff like that. So yeah.
So does Fly ever collaborate with an artist?
No. It's also proximity. You know, like we have to be intentional. Have collabos. Like I'm having conversations about talking to other artists about, but also that's like a relationship that's building. So it's not like, hey, I like your stuff, send me a verse and stuff like that. I don't want to work like that.
Okay.
So
if someone said, yo, I have this song, can you do a verse on it? You're not doing that?
It's it's not that. You have to meet at some space, yeah?
Okay, if Jason Derulo or like, okay, you know, like Sophia Nzao, like some of these songs, I'm sure she's not doing like a link up with, you know, like if someone said, if Drake sent you, I need the V. Well, I would do not give a fuck if I ever see Drizzy, but if I got the V on the next Drizzy album.
You know, the thing is, for me, it's like, crazy. It sounds crazy right now.
Even Burna Boy. Okay,
let me tell you something about like
Beyonce. Like,
okay, you named 2 artists that I don't mess with. I've never been into Drake.
Okay,
but never like no, been into Drake.
But
never
not okay.
Been into Beyonce. That sounds blasphemous.
Okay,
so never been into like whatever. So for me, it starts with I won't do anything just for the light.
Okay.
If I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. It's okay. You know, God is there. Like I'm gonna get what's mine. So it starts with can I know who you are? You know.
Okay.
And then we can, because we have to do. Most likely, we'll end up. Our lives are tied at this point. Yeah.
If we do a song together.
If we do a song together, in the sense that.
So you're saying like if you do a song, someone's like it's like having a kid with someone.
No. It's not that. It's like. It's not, songs are not that simple. It's not like it's what is it like? It's like
bro, I could give a verse to anyone. Like, or even if I meet you on the road, here's a V, I'll give you a V.
Yeah, it's principles and stuff like that, I guess. You know?
You wouldn't give a random verse, like if someone said, okay, let's say you were broke. Someone said random verse 50K.
Let me tell you why I say lives are tied in terms of like, because it's going to be part of your like. You're going to be tied with this guy, even in the playlist stuff, in terms of like Spotify, like regular listen to whatever stuff, and I have to like what you're doing. That basically summarize it in that sense. Like I have to like what you're doing, so I'm not just going to give you a verse and stuff like that. My verse is nothing. You can get a verse from anyone.
Yeah.
But if you want a verse from me, like I have to like what you're doing. I have to like you as a person.
Okay.
And then we have to vibe, and then we have to do the song together. So it's not like. I don't care about money. Like in terms of, I'm not rich, but I don't care about money. Like I can get money anywhere.
Okay.
So I'm not just do this, just give me a verse, whatever. I don't like that.
So in this day and age of the internet, where guys collaborate like that a lot, you're not gonna do that.
It just depends on the time and stuff like that. You know, obviously you have to embrace the fact that we are living in this world where you can meet people without meeting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to talk like, what's your intention? What's the whatever for this? Whatever. What's your goal for this song? Like that's how I think. Because that's how I think. I don't. When I release a song, there's an intention. So I'm not going to sing about shaking butts.
Okay.
That's not me. I'm not going to sing about getting wasted. That's not me. So if that's what you want to do, then that's what I'm saying. We can't vibe because that's not my intention. I don't want to put that out there.
Okay.
This life is so short. We're not going to be here that long. So I don't want whatever is left of me to be like.
So you're very intentional about your music.
Yeah, exactly. So when I'm dead, I don't want to leave anything behind that is like doesn't do anything for the society in my perspective.
Okay.
Whether it's giving joy to someone or just comforting someone or like making someone happy, or like that's why I would do jokes in the songs and stuff like that, so that I can create something. And this is not a knock on anyone who does whatever. We need both, the this and that. Yeah. So I'm just saying I'm not that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could do your thing on like a urban tone beat. You don't have to sing about the content, like you, because like your content is always gonna be different. But like genre wise, I feel like you don't also stick to any genre.
Yeah. No, I guess my genre is my style, so it kind of sounds the same if you listen to it really. So because I have a specific formula, so whatever the track is, the genre is the voice, is you.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna try. I'm trying to, because I'm confusing the hell out of my listeners at some point. If you are just, for anyone who discovers me, like someone I got like a tag today on Instagram. Oh, I just discovered you, and that guy, that's a chick. Sorry, they were referencing Uchumi Nimbaya. They were saying it's amazing.
Yeah.
I was just thinking in my head, I can't wait until you go to my
For
catalog
everything else, yeah.
and find out how
Yeah.
crazy it is, because you don't know. Maybe you're just expecting that sound.
Yeah.
So I don't know. At the end of the day, I think I'm also confusing people, but whoever, I'm trying to build true fans and true guys who just mess with that. So if you just mess with the craziness, then
So what happens to the person who falls in love with Uchumi Mbaya and then finds this whole other world?
Yeah.
Do you, like, I guess, like, what do you tell them? Is there more Uchumi Mbaya? Is there more Uchumi Mbaya to come for them? Is there more Uchumi Mbaya? Is there more Uchumi Mbaya in the future?
Yeah.
Or should they expect the unexpected? I guess this was out, but then the future too is what I guess I'm thinking about.
Yeah. I've tried with that to also create this lesser series. So
which has Vijana Wanataka Kazi,
Yeah.
which is one of the best records
Yeah.
ever. Like that shit hits home every, like if you, I probably listen to that song every single day, and same, you know.
Okay.
It's like replay value is heavy on that shit.
Thanks. Man.
Yeah.
So I lost the stems to that track as well. That track isn't mixed.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not mastered, not to the whatever thing. Yeah. So I create that for the guys who like that sound. So anytime they can see that lesser thing, they know that, okay, that's what you need to expect.
Okay.
But for the rest of them, it's like, I'm so unpredictable that I'm predictable. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can actually depend on the fact that I'm just going to do whatever and don't expect no specific sound.
Okay.
And it's like art reflects life. You don't have to like everything that I do. I don't like everything that I do. Like, I'm different. I have weaknesses and I have stuff like that. So also, like, you don't have to, not every track is going to be like a club track or banger or stuff like that. It's just going to be me.
I have two questions I'm scared to ask, but I want to ask. What's your take on religion? Are you religious? Do you believe in religion? Like, what's your? My question is religion ? What is it?
Yeah, it's a loaded question, because religion is like really. The Bible says, like, the true religion is like actual things that you do, that you watch after the widow and you take care, I think, of the orphan and stuff like that. So religion is not what we've made it to be. So yeah, if you're asking if I believe in God, I do. If I believe in religion, I don't.
Okay.
But because religion is a man-made thing, but there is a true religion, like that is like we don't see it right now. What we have is a subculture, if for lack of a better word. It's a thing within a thing that is not the actual thing. So we've made it. We have made symbols and signs. Like, that's what I talk about. Like, the world is spinning.
I love that record.
We're living in like a simulation. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say there. It's like some.
I'm sorry about the mosquitoes. They're
it's
killing
okay. We're friends. Yeah. So that's the thing. Yes, I believe in God. I believe in life after death. I believe in. You don't even have to think deep. Like the fact that we are all going to die is already something that is like sobering enough. So whether there's a here and after, you know, it's for anyone to, you know, it's for everyone to just make peace with themselves and figure that thing out. Yes, yeah. For me, I do that.
My other question was, do you have any vices? You seem like a very principled, disciplined guy. I can't imagine what vices you have.
Gosh, I am so stubborn. And I am addicted to tea. I'm addicted to bread, and I'm trying to fight it. And I'm trying to fight those two things.
Tea and bread.
Oh my gosh.
And stubborn. But I feel like stubborn is good for you, because I feel like you being stubborn is your thing.
It's not really stubborn. It's opinionated. Like I have an opinion. Like I have something to say. Andre 3K. I have like a point of view, and I feel like I wouldn't compromise on that, and that's why the thing when you're asking me about what's going on in Kenya right now, I have my own points of view that differ from the flock, and differ from the majority. I don't like, and one of the things I was thinking about on my way here, I was like, okay, I don't want to say anything that's going to piss off like the movement because I feel a way about everything that's happening. I don't like it, and I don't like it. I feel like, yeah.
But you've never said that you don't like it, so nobody would know you don't like it.
Yeah, because what's my opinion? It's my opinion. I'm talking to 5 people. Like, what can I say? But I talk to people around me. Yeah, and most of it I keep to myself.
Okay.
But I don't like where the country is going. I don't like.
People here agree with you. That they agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, but am I saying what you're saying? You see, that's
we're not here for that. Like, I'm not here to say I can never speak like you, and I can never, and like that's the good thing about individuality and even freedom of speech, to the point where we're at. It's like, we don't like the president, and we're saying we don't like the president. And some people like the president, they're saying they like the president. So it's like we're all allowed to have our opinions.
Yes, true.
You know,
just saying, yeah.
Like everybody's allowed to have their opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like Mamito said something, like people in social media, everybody's going to say their opinion. It's a
dangerous time we're living in. Not everyone needs to have an opinion. Some people need to like put their phones away and stuff.
But opinions is what got us started in the right direction, but now I don't know what direction we're headed in.
Sorry, my opinion?
No, opinions in general got us headed in the right direction, in the sense of people talking and speaking about stuff. Like, we can't do the same shit where... Me, I'm always gassed when niggas are talking deep shit on songs. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, before we weren't allowed to say shit like,
Yeah.
But like, I love that people are openly saying whatever.
Yeah.
And you can disagree with them, which is okay, but like, I love that people can say whatever. Like, I mean, you could get abducted. It's a new thing. But like, fuck it. Like, I feel like I'd rather say what my opinion is personally.
Is getting abducted a new thing, you think? If you say yes.
A new thing that we're seeing.
Okay.
A new thing we're seeing.
What do you think happened to Miguna?
But we saw what happened.
Is that recent?
What do you mean?
When he went, he's the famous one.
When they gave him a trip back to Canada.
What did they call it? Like it's not incognito. Something. Okay, yeah. When that happened, that wasn't long ago. Or is that recent? Or was it a long time ago? Abductions have been going on in Kenya for a long time.
True.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
But like, I'm saying we're seeing abductions.
Yeah,
like they're pulling up to your house. They don't care if you have CCTV and taking you. Like, but you see the problem is there's people you don't see getting abducted, and they still are getting abducted. This is what you're saying. Like, it's not a new thing. I'm sure there's someone somewhere in Nyeri or somewhere out there. The feds are fucking with them for whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I can't wait for us to like awaken to what's really happening, because I feel like that's
so the only good news I heard was my homie was telling me he went to Huduma Center, and at Huduma Center they have an IBC desk and you can register to vote, because I think at the end of the day we're talking about politics, whether we want to talk about it or not. the Kenyan youth are politically engaged at the moment.
Yeah.
And if we can translate that to change at the ballot, then we're set. But if people don't register to vote and they don't vote and they just tweet, then we're fucked.
Yeah. That's where, like, also, like, one of my, I'm fighting to not talk about that, because, like, that's one level, that's kind of sounds like the answer. It sounds logical, like, yeah, it sounds like rational. It sounds like voting is the answer, right? Like, it's, you just register to vote, and, you know, but it's like, it's more, that's what I was saying, it's multi-layered. I'm saying, like, I don't think that we actually know what's happening, because we are fighting the wrong people and we're occupying the wrong buildings, in my opinion. Because, like, we're looking at things like, because there's another layer to this entire thing, which what the fight is happening right now is good and it's needed. And I don't want to be like a different voice just for the sake of being different. It's needed. And the guys who've died, that's what I was saying, like, I can't do that to just disrespect. I just need to, it's a moment of silence.
It's lives lost.
It's like, it's lives lost. Like, we can't, this guy, whatever, these things are happening and stuff like that. But we're looking at the IMF. You know, like, they're a silent partner in this whole thing, and I need to stop talking about that. Yeah, we're talking about, there's another layer that also needs to be addressed, because once you take this guy out, then what? And then what it sounds like you're saying he stays. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, he's not acting by himself.
Okay.
He's not. These are not.
So let me ask you something. Your music, the way it makes us feel, the way it speaks for what's happening. I feel like if that's how you're expressing yourself and how you're able to, I guess, explain these thoughts and ideas you have, do you fear for a time where, like, you can't separate the two? Like, the music, I guess, could it, ideally, like, no one's ever seen you, but then I guess, could you, like, what if the music becomes too big? Or is there such a thing as too big? What if it becomes, yeah.
I think the too big part, Kenya, maybe it can happen, but the too big part, I think I'm prolonging that. Like, there's another line by Papoose a long time ago. They said, like, I could have come sooner, but you consumers could only envision me in your future. Like, I would have made it, like, in terms if I'm not sticking to the plan. It's very simple.
Like, if you could get signed and do the,
no, it's not even.
Like, I'm saying if you let's say got signed to a Soul Generation and made Soul Generation kind of music, you'd be on mainstream.
Yeah, because the thing about, if I'm on mainstream and I keep doing whatever I'm doing, I can't stay on mainstream too long. Not because of the content, it's because of the format.
It changes.
The thing about it is, you do not confuse. For the mainstream, the law is simple. Do not confuse the consumer. Give them exactly what they expect. If you're making masala fries, if I'm coming to you for masala fries, don't give me ugali. I just want masala fries. I'm craving for that. So I keep on skipping that format. If I want to be successful, I need to stick to the format so that I can fit to the playlist. I can fit in the spaces that I need to be in. So I'm making it difficult for fate to put me in where I want to be. And I'm aware of that.
So you could go and do a whole jazz and confuse us even more, or do a whole rock and confuse us.
But I'm not doing it intentionally to just be stubborn, in terms of, like, I do music, because I make my own music, and that's the thing. If I had a producer who just sends me tracks and these all sound the same, do this, and I would do it. I've seen artists, like, and whatever I'm doing is not special. Everyone can do this, but they've figured out a plan. When you listen to this guy, he's going to give you the exact same thing. And that's the key to, like, a hit. That's the key to, like, a successful career, I think, in my opinion. When you look at, because apart from that, I also study music and I study sounds and stuff like that. And that's the one key thing that ties it all. When you talk about the Beatles, you talk about Chronics, there's a sound. And people go to them for that sound. They don't go to them specifically for the content. They go to them for the mood that they will put them in. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I want to know. It's 2024 right now.
Yeah.
You were very active. 2020. I guess at the beginning of the year you were dropping a lot of music, but now we're talking about not really dropping music, but observing.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're not dropping music, can we see you perform?
Yeah, that's one of the things we've been talking about. That's one of the things I want to...
Would you feel okay doing that?
No, I'm okay with... I've always been okay with that. It's just for me, it's also the pressure of not having done it on a public level is also like the pressure.
Is there any stage fright at all?
There's not stage fright per se. It's just that I don't want to bum in terms of I don't want to give you something that's subpar. I don't want to now like, oh, we want a show and then just do it and then I come there and everything is screeching, the sound isn't right and all that. So that's always been that thing. So again, there are so many layers to that, but yeah, the main thing is like, can we do it right? Can we do it for the sake of like the art and make it sound, give the people what they want to hear? Because I have concepts, I have crazy concepts that I don't think have been done, even in live performance and stuff like that. I have other versions of the same song that I would like to do, but I just want to do it right.
Okay.
Yeah.
My final question for you is, who in the Kenyan industry would you say you'd look up to or even like a fan of?
Yeah. So a ton of them, yeah. I would say specifically, I even told this guy, like, just a band, because of what they did. For me as well. Blinky Bill. And not only for what he did and what he continues to do. When I was struggling, trying to figure out, they birthed, I feel like, this rebellion in me because I've always been me. But at some point, I tried to play the radio game. I tried to morph into other people. And then you would hear these guys from the left sounding left. What's this? And for me, what that symbolized, what that sparked in me is like, oh, guys can listen. Guys actually listen to this. I do this. So I don't have to do this. I don't have to play this, whatever. So that, yeah, and a ton of other people, yeah. So like, I'm choosing that specifically for what it did. And also like, I'm hoping like anyone who's for my music and you're doing music and you come to my page and whatever I've done, I feel like the key thing I want you to pick from me is like, you don't have to be one thing. You can be your exact true self and guys are going to listen to it. And the thing about it, when we were doing rap back in the days, guys would tell us Kenyans are not ready for this. This is not what Kenyans
Till
want.
Kamula came.
Yeah, exactly.
Till Kamula came.
And it showed them, and they were doing it. I was like, this is what we're doing. and it just, and at that time you're doing that and then you're tied to this crappy sound. You're trying to break into the industry, doing an imitation of yourself.
Yeah.
And
in life, I think until you're yourself, you'll never make it.
Yeah.
Until you're authentic, it's very hard to be successful trying to be someone else or trying to imitate. Like, you can't be Eminem. Like, no white rapper can be Eminem. And Jack Harlow's Jack Harlow, Eminem's Eminem. The same way Fly is Fly and Chris Kaiga's Chris Kaiga and, Chronix, whoever is, but like, there's only one Flyer.
Yeah.
And if Fly was like Boutros, you wouldn't,
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Flyer.
Yeah. Everyone is needed. I don't also want to be like, the underground rappers were like, I'm the purist. No, all the voices are needed. That's all. Like, even with the Kenyan thing, like all the voices are needed. I was afraid early on because of my thoughts and whatever were radical, and I had fears of like being abducted and stuff like that because of what I wanted to say and stuff like that. So I have nothing but respect for the guys who went to town and the guys who've been making noise about this entire thing and speaking up and stuff like that. That's crazy. So everyone is needed, and also,
and like you said, bro, seeing brains on the ground, whether it's in the newspaper
that's
or
the
in
end game. That's for me.
It changes. Like that's a life.
There's no talking.
And that could be you. Actually, that could be you.
Someone went to get, I think in Kitengela, he went. The story was he went to get meds, yeah, and then he was shot in the head, and we saw the last minute of his life on a CCTV footage.
Yeah,
just squirming on the ground. There's no songs after that.
Mm.
Something, that's the thing. So all the voices are needed. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess not about what's going on in the country, but about just Flyer. I guess as we wrap up, if there's a fan of Flyer out there, what do you want to say to them?
I would say, it sounds crazy, thank you for listening. I say that all the time because it means the whole, I'm doing it for you, man. I'm giving my life to this thing for anyone who is willing to listen, anyone who's willing to just take a ride. I appreciate everyone who's added me to their playlists and anyone who's recommended me to their friends, anyone who's shared my music. That's the only reason, I'm leaving. I'm not getting paid from this. So I'm leaving for that moment where someone is going to resonate with the things that I put out. So yeah, thank you.
And that was our interview with Flyer. Good night.